Well, Kathy, Donald Trump is somewhere in that building there, the White House behind me, but he's been eerily quiet today. Not a single tweet so far from the president. Not sure what that means. I think we can safely say he's not in there packing up his bags, ready to leave. We do know, we've just had confirmed that a number of troops will be withdrawn, the Pentagon says, from Iraq and Afghanistan before President Trump leaves office. In the meantime, Joe Biden, though, is pressing ahead. He's announced a series of new appointments to his White House staff, including the first appointment of a female deputy chief of staff. He's also holding a series of briefings today with diplomatic and national security experts. Experts, note, not government officials. And that, of course, is because Donald Trump is refusing to engage with the transition process for President-elect Biden. And while last week that could easily be dismissed as just typical Donald Trump, this week it's beginning to take on a more worrying edge, not least because of the number of COVID deaths that are mounting on a daily basis in this country, but also because of rising concerns about what a Donald Trump temper tantrum might do for the country in the long term.
Nurses don protective equipment in an intensive care unit in Chicago, where cases of COVID-19 have topped new records and staff are struggling to cope. Not just here, across America, infections and deaths are surging. Yet despite the alarming rise, President Trump is still refusing to allow government health experts to share data with Joe Biden's transition team, prompting the president-elect to issue a stark warning yesterday.
What do you see as the biggest threat to your transition right now, given President Trump's unprecedented attempt to obstruct and delay a smooth transfer of power?
More people may die.
10 days after he was officially declared the winner of the 2020 election, Joe Biden is stepping up pressure on Donald Trump to engage and openly criticizing members of his inner circle for encouraging Americans to resist new restrictions intended to save lives.
The idea that the president's advisor on COVID is saying that they should resist. What the hell's the matter with these guys? It's going to take a while for the vaccine to be able to be available, distributed, and get to people. We're talking about 350 to 400,000 people dying? I mean, what are they doing? It's totally irresponsible. Irresponsible.
Yet that's exactly what's happening. As painstaking election recounts get underway, Donald Trump is devoting all of his energy to seemingly baseless lawsuits designed to prove him the victor rather than addressing the COVID crisis head on. But beyond inaction at home, there's growing concern that a wounded Trump could use his dying days to wreak havoc internationally.
You have a president right now who has all of the authority of the office and officially nothing left to lose.
Witness the revelations today that President Trump sought options to launch a military strike against Iran's nuclear program last week, but was talked down on the grounds it could spark a wider conflict.
You know, some of this is about carrying out short-term actions that Donald Trump wants, and some of this is about hamstringing the ability of the Biden administration to do what it wants in foreign policy down the road.
And how better for Trump to achieve that than to remove those who pose a challenge to his authority, like the Defense Secretary Mark Esper, who was abruptly fired via Twitter last week. And now the president is pushing to accelerate troop withdrawals from Afghanistan, Iraq and Somalia, in a move that could further destabilize those regions and weaken America's influence just as Joe Biden takes office. A move that even staunch Trump ally Mitch McConnell rejects.
A rapid withdrawal of U.S. forces from Afghanistan now would hurt our allies and delight the people who wish us harm.
But such concerns appear trivial to Donald Trump, who seems intent to go out in a characteristic blaze of chaos.
It is impossible to catalog the ills and harms and damage that Donald Trump has done to the United States in terms of its standing in the world and its political division and polarization at home.
And that perhaps will be Donald Trump's most potent legacy, an America more divided than ever before, with millions of supporters he can continue to stoke from the sidelines ready for his potential next run for office in 4 years' time.